Okay, so let's talk about my German films and then my Eastern European films, including Russian, the Czech Republic, and Poland. So we'll start with the Germans. Don't have a whole lot, but I have one masterpiece by Fritz Lang. Does that pick up very well? If I hide my stupid face, you can see that. So, I'm not sure how many Fritz Lang films are in the Criterion collection. There's at least one more that I think should be. I'll talk about that in another video. But M by Fritz Lang, starring Peter Lorre. And Peter Lorre is a really cool looking actor. I love an actor whose face stands out. So this was made in 1931, and it's 110 minutes, and it's a mystery movie. I guess maybe it's not. Maybe it's not a genre film. You know, it's an art house film. So you know who the murderer is. It's Peter Lorre. Sorry, I had trouble remembering if he really was the killer or not. It's been a while since I've seen this movie. It's another one that I've only seen once. But I could tell it's a masterpiece. You know, just again, deliberate use of black and white, shadows, fog, light. And so I don't know a whole lot about the special features in this one, but let's see. So it comes with some essays and a little booklet, of course. Take a look at that. Very nice shot from the film. You know, before they had all the digital effects and everything, you had to think about things a lot differently in filmmaking, and you see that especially with this movie done well, I mean. And you know, Citizen Kane, those Fellini films I showed you. But anyways, it says there's a commentary by some German film scholars. There's a long-lost English language version of M from a nitrate print preserved by the British Film Institute. So that's pretty interesting. That's one reason to collect Criterion films, you know. It's not just a cult. They have a lot of good stuff that goes along with these movies. A short film inspired by M by director Claude Chabrol. And a documentary about the physical history of M, from production to distribution to digital restoration. So, anyways, most of the German real estate on my DVD shelf belongs to a man named Rainer Werner Fassbinder. So here's another Eclipse series. Can you see that, folks? Early Fassbinder. First one, Love is Colder Than Death. It's Love is Colder Than Death. The name, the title, reminds me of a James Bond movie. And it's a very gangster genre inspired film. Although I think it was only made with about $100,000 back in 1969, so that was a lot more back then, certainly. But yeah, I love watching the first feature that a filmmaker makes. As an aspiring filmmaker myself, I like seeing these ultra low budget films made with amateur actors, maybe friends, people who you might see in his later films, that sort of thing. That's a cool movie. The second one is Katzelmacher. So this is his second feature. They were made in the same year, 1969. So, you know, that's inspirational as well. I mean, I'm looking at the next one. It's his third feature, also 1969. I mean, and then the two after that, The American Soldier and Beware of a Holy Whore. Those two movies were made in 1970. So that's really inspirational. I mean, if you can see if I can get a good, you see that man? That's the director, Rainer Werner Fassbinder. And there he is again. So he wrote, directed, and starred in his movies, and that's, you know, very inspirational. And the cinematographer he used I'm pretty sure one of the cinematographers he worked with, Scorsese worked with as well, on Taxi Driver, maybe some other ones as well, but it's pretty cool to me. And then this one, if you watch it's called Ali. Ali, Fear Eats the Soul. Ali. Can you see the cover art for that? Maybe if I get my face out of there, you can see it better. So these are people sitting at a restaurant at some bar in Germany. Not sure which city it takes place in, but anyways, it's about a middle-aged, portly woman living in an apartment building, and her children are grown up and have a life of their own, and I think her husband has died. But she meets this black Arabic man named Ali, and they fall in love with each other. But I mean, this is Germany in the 70s, so I mean, it's long after World War II, but you know, people still didn't look too kindly on interracial relationships, I suppose, according to this film at least. So yeah, she's in love with a much younger black Arabic man who's in really, really good shape. He's very, very strong. And yeah, this movie, the theme is just dealing with, I guess, racism. And it was made in 1974. It's 93 minutes long. And this is one of the movies where, for some reason, it doesn't feel as long as it is. It's like the simplicity of it just makes it feel like makes it feel like time passes by really quickly when you watch it. And some other filmmakers done the same thing for me, and I'll talk about those later. So that's it for my German Criterion film collection. I have other German films that I think merit being in the Criterion collection and having the Criterion treatment done to them, but it's for a different video, I suppose. So moving west through Europe, or east, I'm sorry, moving east through Europe. I'm not sure which one comes first geographically, whether it's the Czech Republic or Poland. But let's start with Czech. Another Eclipse series. Pearls of the Czech New Wave. So the movie that made me get this is a film called Daisies. And Daisies is a surrealist film that utilizes some of the analog special effects that I like. People might have body parts cut off used by masking, which is something you can do, you know, in Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro. But you know, back in the day, you had to use hard film, shooting the same scenes in the same position, making sure you don't cross where the mask is going to be, and it also uses a lot of filters, so it kind of reminds me of a French New Wave, Godard film especially, like Une femme et une femme, a woman is a woman. And I guess Le Mépris. But so that's why I got this box set, because it's really, that's such a good movie. But so I've only seen one other movie in this box set, but I'll just show you the other films, the artwork and such. A report on the party and guests. See that? Return of the Prodigal Son. Pearls of the Deep. See if you can get a better look at some of that cover art. I know it's a little fuzzy. Sorry, folks. Capricious Summer. I gotta check these movies out. I own them, but I don't watch them all. But then this last one, The Joke. This one Did you get a good look at that? Come on. The Joke. So this is one of Slavoj Žižek's closet picks when he was doing the closet picks at the Criterion. And this movie is based on a book called The Joke, same title. And it's set in communist Eastern Europe. And a man makes a joke, where the name comes from, and not everybody likes it. And so he gets ostracized in some way, taken to trial, I think, and it's just a criticism of communism, at least Stalinist communism. I don't think Slavoj Žižek would. Anyways. So those are my Czech films. Now for the Polish films. By Krzysztof Kieślowski. Not sure how to pronounce it exactly, but I think it's that. So 3 colors. Blue, white, red. The colors of the French flag. So, in this one, I think that's a booklet. In this one, they utilize, or Kieślowski utilized the colors very predominantly in each of these movies. The French flag. So, in blue, the color blue is very prominent. White, color white is very prominent, especially with the snow. Red. In another movie that I'll talk about in the next video, did the same kind of thing. And these are, I think you call them an anthology. I always thought an anthology was the complete works of a musician's work. Not a repertoire, but just the complete works of his or her music. But anyways, so I think it's an anthology. They're in the same universe, but they don't really coincide with each other until the end. Sorry if I gave that away, but anyways, yeah, this guy Krzysztof Kieślowski made some pretty cool movies. Very conceptual filmmaker. And this comes with a little booklet. Can you see that? Come on. That's Krzysztof. And then this one, it's called Decalogue. Decalogue is the name of I think a brutalist or a functionalist style apartment complex in Warsaw. And it's a 10-part miniseries. Each part with Kieślowski's interpretation of the 10 Commandments. And I don't want to get too into this this series because I'm going to talk about it in another video. I'm going to make a Criterion top 10 video. This being number 10 because it has 10 parts. But yeah, I like watching these in the winter time. Kind of bleak, you know. So, let's get into the Russian filmmaker I have, who is, of course, Andrei Tarkovsky. Can you see that? Okay. So this first one, see if you can get a good. Andrei Rublev. I have not seen this one. Sorry, folks. I have a crappy desk lamp from Amazon. And it makes me blind to look at it. Don't have a lot of experience in front of the camera. So, this will be good for me as a filmmaker, right? But anyways, so this one, Andrei Rublev. Very long movie. That's why I haven't watched it yet. Made in 1966. 183 minutes. Says tracing the life of a renowned icon painter. Andrei Tarkovsky's second feature. Oh, this is his second movie. Vividly conjures the murky world of medieval Russia. So this is his second feature. That's very ambitious of him. I need to regard his cinema much deeper because he seems so important. But anyways, this comes with different versions of the film cut at different lengths. There's one that's the original 205-minute version of the film. And this comes with some student films that he made. His student thesis film from 1961, The Steamroller and the Violin. I've seen that on the Turner Classic Movies channel. Every Sunday night they have, in the wee hours of the morning, Sunday to Monday, they have foreign films. And sometimes if they play like a really long one, I think for that one it was Stalker, but they also will play some short films, and I always record them. And so yeah, I saw The Steamroller and the Violin, and that was very good. So this was the first Tarkovsky film I saw, Stalker. This is one that a lot of closet picks. If you watch the Criterion Collection closet picks, a lot of people pick this one up. And this is a science fiction film. Again, you know, a lot of analog special effects, different uses of color. Part of it is in like this sepia toned color, and then I think it's like they go to some place where they get color. But anyways, I think this was his last film. Yeah, 1979 this film was from. And I know there's a video essayist on YouTube who has a video that called the movie that killed Tarkovsky. So I think Tarkovsky died of cancer. Not sure. Let's see some of the special features. It has interviews with the set designer, composer, and cinematographer. And it looks like an interview in the booklet. It's not a very long booklet, so. Okay. Last one for this video is, can you see that? Solaris. So this is another very long Tarkovsky film. Stalker was 161 minutes. Solaris is 166 minutes. And very, very long movies for me take a lot of... I have to get in the right headspace to watch them. But, yeah, just again, 1972 this movie's from. Again, more analog, special effects. You know, the set design is similar to what you might see on the early Star Wars movies. And anyways, what can I remember about? I've only seen this movie once. What can I remember about it? It's in color, but there's also scenes that are in black and white, and they're really pretty. Very pretty the way they're shot. And so they're on a space mission around it's this planet called Solaris, which is like a planet of lava or something. And there's some kind of fantastic effect that Solaris has, where people from their past, the men on the space station, they get this, it's like a memory, not carbon-based, more like a ghost that stays with them. It visits them on the space station. But they're not really real. They're not really real, and they don't have the memories of the actual people. And so the main character, he's visited by his ex-lover or ex-wife, who I think committed suicide. But anyways, I'm sure there's some philosophical themes to that. But so that wraps it up for the German and Eastern European movies in my Criterion collection. I sort of skipped over Swedish films, so I was gonna go geographically, but now we're going to Northern Europe, to my Swedish film collection. and I'm sure you can imagine what that's going to look like.